just press, and it's green when it's on. Now it's on. Press it, it's on. So, yeah. I'm
Service will be starting in about 2 minutes. If everybody wants to come in and get seated, please. Hi, Al. Those in the back, please come in and take your seats. We're ready to start service in 1 minute.
Welcome, everyone. It's time to begin our service. Thanks for coming. Let's all sing here in this place. Here in this place, we come together, feeling the presence of God. Here in this place, one with each other, knowing who we really are. Then we are called to carry our light and shine it all over the world. Here in this place, we find acceptance. Here in this place, we find connection. Here in this place, in song, we find the the presence of God. We find the presence of God.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, that was sad. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to the Thriving Community, where we always know that the light of God surrounds us. My name is John McFarland, in case you don't know, and I'm happy to be here with you today. And if you're on live stream, we're welcoming you as well to the service, and please know that you are part of this wonderful energy in our service this morning. Whether you're new to the community or a long-attending member, thank you for being with us on our positive path for spiritual living. The Unity Statement, if you want to join with me on this. Unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus and the power of prayer. Unity honors the universal truths in all religion and respects each individual's right to choose a spiritual path. This morning we welcome back Reverend Karen Shepard. Hey, Karen. We're always very pleased to have you, Karen, and look forward to your message. We have another introduction from probably one of the longest members at Unity, if not probably. On the guitar and vocals today, we welcome back Paul Philippek. Paul, thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, let's stand and sing. I've seen my share of trouble when I thought that I knew best, when I sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. And it always seems that hardest when I've made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down the mountain in shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? He doesn't pick a fight, spreads his wings and just gives in. And in the end he always makes it home just fine. I guess I know everything besides. Wanna be like water coming through the mountains and shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Please take its course. No more thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I've railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, for the heartache that I've felt. But it always seems when I let go, expectation and regrets, life has plenty of surprises for me yet. Wanna be like water coming down the mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Water coming down the mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea.
Yay. Affirmation, oh, sorry. Join me with the affirmation. The Spirit of God enfolds and protects me. Now.
Good morning. My name is Barbara, and the daily word for today is prosperity. And the affirmation is, I focus on the goodness of God and know prosperity. Sometimes I may worry, wondering if I will have enough of what I need. If thoughts of lack or limitation arise, I lift my thoughts from the things of the world to the truth of God. I focus my mind on the richness of divine life within me. I feel calm and assured as I remember I live in an abundant universe and am heir to everything God is. Even when my worldly fortunes shift, I am abundant in spirit. I align my thinking with divine mind in prayer. I become receptive to divine ideas that prosper me. I claim prosperity and feel empowered as I do. My prosperity stems from my oneness with God. I count my blessings, feel grateful, and trust with understanding faith I have enough. The scripture for today is from Psalm chapter 36, verse 8. They feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delights. Let us repeat the affirmation together. I focus on the goodness of God and know prosperity.
And now we'll sing the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us as we forgive others. And lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For the kingdom and the power and the glory is yours forever. Amen.
So it is time now to devote to prayer. Let's settle in as we share in the breath of divine life. Let us inhale and exhale as one with all. Let every breath draw awareness deeper into the sanctuary where we can draw from infinite peace for the moments we have of need and possibility. So breathing in, God is. Breathing out, I am. And again, breathing in, God is. And breathing out, I am. Quieting extraneous thoughts and stilling the physical body, we enter the field of prayer as we fill our minds with an image of a benevolent universe, and our hearts with compassion for all living things. As we do this, we are sending signals to ourselves that make us healthier and happier. And when we fill up our hearts and minds with infinite love, there is no space left for error thoughts. Thus, we experience divine protection. So now, let us hold in mind those for whom we would pray, saying their names aloud or silently. Now let us join together in sharing our June community prayer. I am conscious of the transforming and loving presence of God within myself and with all beings. I have said yes and am attuned with the divine source, which casts out error thoughts, providing protection from old tendencies towards erroneous thinking. The Spirit of God ever enfolds and protects me. My thoughts, words, and actions create space for peace, harmony, and love to freely flow. I experience peace at the very core of my being. I am grateful. My name is Ellen Severson and Lori Grimes, and I invite you to pray with us after the service in the prayer sanctuary. Remember our weekday 8 a.m. prayer call, a great way to start the day, and the phone number is in your bulletin. And feel free to submit prayer requests through our website or place them in the prayer box at the back of this hall. Many blessings.
So I picked this solo because it fits with the theme of imagination. But as I was preparing it, it really occurred to me that John Lennon really knew how to write a prayer. And this is, a hymn to imagining oneness. There's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. There's no countries, it isn't hard to view. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Unity Spiritual Center, those present and those online, because sometimes I forget to say that. You know, you forget that there are people out there watching. Anyway, my title today is A World of Imagination. And when I first put this together, I was thinking of the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And Gene Wilder singing that song. You know, at the beginning he sings that song, "Come with me, hold your breath, count to 3." So our topic, our power for this month is the power of imagination. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be referencing Philippians 4:8. And by the way, I didn't forget the meditation. I'm going to do it at the end, so no worry. Okay. Philippians 4:8 says, "Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable. If there is any excellence and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about those things." You know, sometimes we allow ourselves to go down the rabbit hole and, you know, what if this happens? What if this happens? So let's take advantage of this world of imagination for positive use and for positive impact upon our lives. So some people who have referred to imagination, many people have, was one Reverend Johnny Coleman, who used to say, "We are the thinkers who think the thoughts that make the things." Okay? So, you know, whatever you see out here is an outward manifestation of your thinking. So we need to keep that in mind all the time. Your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions. That comes from Albert Einstein. When we think of this subject, I thought it would be fun to research songs related to the power of imagination. And of course, I came up with World of Imagination. I did a Google search. Isn't Google lovely? Because you don't have to go to the library so much. I still go to the library, and I still enjoy libraries. But you have Google now. And I love music. So whenever I'm going to do a talk on any subject, I always look to see if there's any music that relates to it. And of course, I went back to my R&B roots, and I thought Gladys Knight. I really got to use my imagination to think of good reasons to keep on keeping on. Well, we don't need to think of good reasons to keeping on. We know what they are. We are born in the image and likeness of God, and we want to keep our thoughts higher and on the higher ground. So anyway, what does the late Gene Wilder say in that song? And, you know, with his curly hair and that outfit that he wears, and, you know, it's a very colorful outfit. And he tells at the beginning, he says, to hold your breath, make a wish, and count to 3. Come with me, and you will be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you will see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do, do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do, do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it. There's no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. The song implies that the imagination is a toy because, you know, he's singing, dancing around, and he's wearing this weird, colorful outfit. But there's some truth in that. Imagination is more of a tool than it is a toy, and we're going to talk about it as a tool. We know that it is one of our 12 divine powers. And June is the month in which we focus our attention on our divine power of imagination. Represented by the disciple Bartholomew, also Nathaniel is cited as a representative. The location in the body is between the eyes, or the third eye. The color associated with it is light blue. And I see many of us have on light blue today. You don't necessarily have to do that, but I like to do that. Imagination is the ability to image, picture, conceptualize, envision, and dream. And this is what we do. And this is what John Lennon did when he created the song Imagination. And I'm just very grateful that I didn't cry like I usually do when people sing it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. A colleague, Reverend Eric Donaldson, in Awaken Your Imagination, states that the law of attraction is imagination in action. You hear a lot about the law of attraction. Some good and some bad, and some misuse of it, and some positive use of it. He also says that spiritual laws operate through the imagination. And at one time, unity was called practical Christianity, because we could take these principles and apply them in our lives for our greater good. He also says that spiritual laws operate through the imagination. Practical Christianity is concerned with the orderly outworking with undeviating results. There are causes and corresponding consequences, and images held in mind. Many of us have had the experience of, we have teenage children, and they're out later than they should be. So some of the things that cross our mind, okay, this is not a good use of the imagination, because we're having all kind of thoughts, and I know, because at one time my son was a teenager. And so, well, where is he? You imagine him on the side of the road, and I won't go into the other stuff because it's negative. Okay. An example of the work of the imagination can be seen in the person of Myrtle Fillmore. In 2 years of prayer and meditation, Myrtle healed her body of tuberculosis. And then I later found out in my searching that she not only had tuberculosis, she had some other ailments and illnesses. And she healed her body through prayer and the use of her imagination. And when Charles saw this, Charles Fillmore, he thought, well, you know, he was one to kind of poo-poo those kind of things. But when he saw what she did, he kind of caught on. He says, well, maybe I should be looking into this myself. So he did, and he healed a leg that had been damaged in a childhood ice skating accident. Now, it didn't grow all the way out. The leg did not grow all the way out. And if you ever visit Unity Village, you will see that the steps are shorter than steps like we have at our homes and so forth. And that's because that was to accommodate his injured leg. And he, through the power of imagination and through prayer, he was able to manifest it lengthening. Not the whole way, okay, so it wasn't a miracle thing, but it did help, and it did make his life a little easier. Much is made of Myrtle Fillmore healing her body through the use of our divine gifts. Most readings focus on her use of the power of faith. But what about her use of the imagination? She had to hold the image of a healthy body in her mind as she did her work to bring about the desired results. She had to see it first in her mind's eye. In regards to the establishment of the Unity movement, she stated, the Unity work is a dream that has been nurtured and built from the invisible to the concrete through love, devotion, and good hard work. This is due to the proper use of the power of imagination. I have made what seems to me a discovery. She says, I was very sick. I had all the ills of mind and body that I could bear. Medicine and doctors ceased to give me relief, and I was in despair until I found practical Christianity. And isn't that why we love practical Christianity? And isn't that why it was called that in the first place? It's something else now, but that's okay. We still hold to that idea of practical Christianity, which meaning tools that we can apply to make our lives better. And she says, this is how I made what I call my discovery. And she went on to say that life has to be guided by intelligence in making all forms. The same law works in my body. Life is simply a form of energy, and it helps to be guided and directed in a person's body by his or her intelligence. Thank you. How do we communicate the intelligence? By thinking and talking, of course. Then it flashed upon me that I might talk to the life in every part of my body and have it do just what I wanted it to do. I began to teach my body with marvelous results by thinking and acting and talking, of course. Then it flashed upon me that I could talk to all the parts of every part of my body and have it do just what I wanted, as I said. I began to teach my body, and I got marvelous results. She describes how she went to all the life centers in the body and spoke words of truth to them, words of strength and power. She asked all the centers of her body for forgiveness for calling them weak, inefficient, and diseased. So I'm sorry, lungs, for calling you weak, inefficient, and diseased. And therefore, she promulgated that power of life to work through her body. Above all, she did not become discouraged and give up when the body did not seem to respond. You know, that happens. We get discouraged, and we stop doing these practices, which is when we should do what? We should keep going, go forward in using the practices. The imagination can bring either peace or stress, as in the case of what I mentioned about teenagers out on the road at night. But that can cause us stress. We don't need to use these powers to create stress in our bodies. We use them to create peace. So what are we creating with this powerful tool? In Christian healing, Charles Fillmore states that man accumulates a mass of ideas about substance and life, and with his imagination, he makes them into forms. It uses what phrenology, and phrenology was I don't know if you've ever heard of it, where it talks about the bumps on the head. You could tell certain things about what was going on in people's body, that feeling these bumps and studying these bumps in the head. So he says it uses what phrenology calls the perceptive faculties. It is really the author of these faculties. Size, weight, color, and the like are its children. When it flashes its light into the cells that make up the organs, they at once respond to the thought, and out of substance, visible and invisible, make forms that correspond to the ideal held in the imagination. Another example of the use of the imagination for good can be found in athletes who visualize the results that they wish to receive. Now, this has gotten popular, very popular in recent years, because people are waking up to these ideas, and it's going to come to the point where, wow, do we really need to talk about them anymore? Because people are kind of catching on. But we want them to continue. So they visualize success. They visualize making the basket. They visualize hitting the ball with the bat. They visualize reaching a goal on the track field. So this has become very popular. The late Reverend Richard Billings, who was the Unity minister in Chicago for over 50 years, and he just died a few years ago, related how he used to stand in the pulpit of the church he was pastoring and visualize all the seats being filled to capacity. This is a good use of time, isn't it? Let's visualize all the seats in here being filled to capacity with seekers. I met Richard Billings at regional conference many years ago, and this was, of course, before he had passed, and it was near the end of his service at his church, and there was a sad ending to that, but I won't go into it. But anyway, he said this is what he used to do, and then he said, well, of course, I was single, and I could do these kind of things, but we can all do them. We can all do them. It is the basis of the visioning process used in groups to increase prosperity. The tool is also useful in creating personal prosperity. You can use it for that also. In 2015, I participated in a 4T class. You know, I've been to a lot of classes and workshops. And some of you here probably know about the 4T process. Probably been through it. And anyway, part of the class consisted of participating in a prayer group. Ours started out with 5 people. And then it ended up dwindling down to 3, and finally to 2. The 2 of us have continued to meet by phone once a week when possible. We recite 7 steps to a prosperity consciousness. And number 2 says, I imagine my highest good expressing and manifesting in my life now. Through God's gift of imagination, I see life as it can be, not as it appears to be. I imagine the truth of my Christ spirit. So it is incumbent upon each of us to use this powerful tool to create positive, enduring results in our lives. This is, of course, when we use it under the direction of the Christ, and that's why we use all of our powers under the direction of the Christ. We are to release limiting thoughts and feelings to perceive the divine potential. Hold images of yourself as happy, healthy, joyous, and prosperous, and forget the limitations of the past. And I also have here a copy of, how many of you are familiar with Mark Hicks? It's Reverend Mark Hicks now. And he sends out postcards every so often. And on here he has the 10 affirmations for prosperity's 10 commandments. And one of these is, 2 of these actually is, I look only to God for my prosperity. I'll just read them all, if that's okay. I make no mental images of lack. I speak no word of limitation. I let God go and let God work in my affairs. I deal honorably with God and all his pay clerks. I keep my wealth circulating wisely. Hint, hint, tithing. I use my wealth for good purposes only. I never strive to get something for nothing. And there are a lot of that in the world right now. Shh. I never talk poverty. I tell the truth about God's abundance. I take my eye off my neighbor's wealth and I claim my own. So instead of getting jealous of someone and envying someone, you can have the same thing that they have. Might be a little hard to believe, but it's true. Okay. So now my practice for the week, and I thought about this, for the use of the power of imagination. You know, June is a busy month. We have graduations, we have weddings, we have all kinds of celebrations. We have Father's Day, in which we celebrate the power of the masculine. We had Mother's Day, where we celebrated the nature of the feminine. And the fathers get short shrift, so let's make sure that doesn't happen this year. But anyway, Imagine a perfect outcome for all of those celebrations that you will be experiencing this month. And then for the congregation as a whole, you have an affirmation out there about a new minister. So all of you can envision or imagine that new minister. Imagine them standing in this very spot. Use the power of imagination in that way. So it also, too, I'll just say that the Unity Convention is coming up, and they'll be ordaining class of new ministers. So that's an idea for seeking out a new minister. So take all these things and put them into your imagination. And we suggest investigating. Okay? So I hope that you have a good week. I'm going to do the meditation now, if that's okay. So let's just sit back in our chairs and become still and quiet. And let's breathe in. Deep cleansing breath and release. Breathe in and release. Breathe in and release. And we imagine whatsoever things are lovely and of great report manifesting in ourselves daily. The Lord is our shepherd, and we shall not want. We use our imagination to attract perfect health, happiness, peace of mind, and a prosperous life. We relax and let the Holy Spirit guide us as we meditate on our inner ability to be our best self. We imagine good things flowing to us, our loved ones, and our neighbors from every Christ direction. Through our imagination, we envision a healthy, energetic body, relationships that are supportive, loving, fun, harmonious, successful, creative, and prosperous. Through our imagination, we trust in our God's strength, which is already within us now and always. We let go and soar with the winds of change, for we are meant to thrive beyond our wildest imagination. Thank you, God. We are grateful for imagination in, through, and around us, and so it is. So let's just come back to this time and this place. And we go forth to use our powerful gift of imagination this week and in the rest of our lives. And we are so grateful. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. Thank you.
So in keeping with the idea that imagination is the power of our inner vision, I offer an old Irish hymn, Be Thou My Vision, slightly adapted for Unity. Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart, not be all else to me, save that thou art, thou thou with me, Lord, thou my great Father, I thy true Son, thou in me dwelling, and I in thee one. Riches I heed not, nor man's empty praise. Thou mine inheritance, now and always. Thou and thou only, first in my heart. Thou heaven and my treasure thou art. On earth a heaven, my victory won, living with heaven's joys, oh heaven's Son. Heart of my own heart, whate'er befall, still be my vision, my ruler of all. Still be my vision, my ruler of all. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Karen. Beautiful. And Paul, thank you so much for all that you give. So we've joined together in this service knowing that the love of God enfolds us. At this offering time, we give from a place of generosity to this community where love abounds. Through bountiful gifts, you have the ability to show appreciation for the transformation occurring in your life through Unity teachings. Thank you for sharing your donation with cheer and joy. Now please join me as we bless the offering together. Freely I give, and graciously I receive.
Please stand as the offering goes by. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude for me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
seated. And join me as we bless these prayers and gifts. We bless these gifts and prayers in the assurance that the power of God protects us in all ways. Divine abundance provides for every need. We see the center, each giver phenomenally blessed as we channel through which God's good flows. In the spirit of limitless possibilities, we share our search team affirmation. All together. In divine order, and all is well. As a spiritual practice, Unity Spiritual Center gives a portion of our offering to several organizations, including one we pick each month. This month we'll be giving 2% of our offering to the Parma Animal Shelter. It's a great one. So now is Sunday shout out. Everybody's familiar with this now. We're going to honor an individual, recognizing grief support group. Carol Mills, PhD. Please stand. Where are you, Carol? Okay, there she is. Okay. Carol Mills, PhD, has offered a safe and understanding space where you can express and process your emotions without judgment. We are so grateful for her compassion and sacred service to our community. Thank you for providing us with the opportunity to navigate through the complexities of grief. Well, Carol is standing. Would you remain standing as we join in a unity blessing for her? We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you. Thanks, Carol. You can sit, please. So, the children, for the closing, if we want to go through the announcements here first. We hope our time together has been inspires you to be in the knowing that the presence of God watches over you. We know that whatever we are, God is. USC offers many different ways to practice these principles and deepen our connection with God and with each other. On Tuesday, June 8th, or 18th, I should say, Community Lunch and Learn will be a brown bag. Bring your own meal and then learn about the joy of public speaking through membership in Toastmasters. Join us on Tuesday, June 20th at 6 p.m. for our annual Summer Solstice Labyrinth Walk and Drum Circle. Get excited for the New Thought Cafe starting Sunday, July 7th. This group will discuss unity-based topics in the community room from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. on Sundays before service. And take a look at our website. You'll see that there are always ways throughout the week to expand your awareness, connect with others in our community, and have fun. At this point, we're going to make a little change in the service. If Carol and Scott, or Scott Schlegel, come up. Sarah, come on up front. I know. Over there. All right, embarrassment is over. So I called them up front because we're honoring them today. Scott and Sarah, our very own, are getting married this afternoon. They're great unity participants. They do a lot for this church, and we're blessed to have them, and now we're going to be blessed to have them as a couple, and I think it's just absolutely fabulous. Reverend Shirley McFarland will be marrying them later this afternoon, and right now, though, I'd like to do a blessing for them, if everybody will join in with our blessing. Scott and Sarah. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold Christ in you. Amen. Now I'm totally lost. We hope you had a great time. Glad you came this morning. And if you're here in person, come to the community room for coffee and fellowship. There's someone waiting for you. If you knew and would like more information about us, we hope you'll take a welcome bag from the foyer. There's the little green bags out there. Our guest speaker next week is Reverend Rick Schumacher, and our soloist will be Eric Fancher. Please stand as we sing our closing songs, and then go and be the light.
You are the